Okay, we're gonna start in a standing position with our tennis ball, and we're just gonna take the ball right between our palms and start to roll the ball in some circles. Find a nice even stance with your feet, and then just allow your feet to soften. Take a moment to tune back in, notice your breath. Cool, and then take your circles and just reverse them, go the other way. Nice, and then from here, we're gonna grip the ball in our left hand and then get a little squeeze. Index finger and thumb, middle finger and thumb, ring finger and thumb, pinky finger and thumb. Go through the fingers back and forth just a couple of times, finding a little squeeze, just engaging the hands and the fingers. Beautiful, take one more time through and then switch hands and then index finger, thumb, middle finger, thumb, ring finger, thumb, pinky finger, and then just work through the fingers, just going at a pace that feels good to you, finding a little squeeze like you're trying to pinch the ball. Awesome, take one more time through. And then we're gonna just take a little pass the ball, passing the ball around the back, just making a little bit of mobility in the shoulders. And then playing around with our proprioception. So noticing where that ball is connected to space, even though you can't see it behind you. Cool, take one more pass around in this direction and then go the other way, passing the ball around you in front. Nice, take one more pass around. And then when you're ready, place that ball down on the ground and step with one foot on. So we're just gonna start with a little soft roll. So just roll through the bottom of the foot, nice and soft, just feeling around, noticing how your foot feels. Great, and then place your heel on the ground, place that ball underneath the ball toe mound of the foot, put a little bit of pressure on as you trap the ball, and then start to swish your foot side to side. Awesome, and then move it on up into the arch of your foot or to the bridge of your foot, and then put a little press on, and then swish it side to side. Great, and then when you're ready, move it on up. So ball of the foot is gonna find the ground. You're gonna trap the ball underneath your heel, put a little pressure on, and then swish your heel side to side. Nice, and then from here, we're gonna take it into that long roll again, but now we're gonna let the body move with. So you're gonna put a little pressure on, and then think about rolling through the length of the foot, letting your body weight kind of move with you. So you're getting that little bit of transfer of weight. So you gotta have that balance there. If you feel like it's not there this morning, stay on your standing leg and just work through the bottom of the foot. But if it feels good, let your body weight come with you and really push through the bottom of the foot, working down the line of the foot. So big toe line, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and pinky toe, just going at a pace that feels good to you. Awesome. Now we're going to take that ball, trap it underneath the ball mound of your foot. So think center of the ball of your foot, lean in, put as much pressure on as you can, soften the top of your foot, take a nice big breath. Nice, and then lift up, move it on down to the middle of the foot or the arch of the foot, lean in, put as much press as you can, and then see if you can just soften the top of your foot. Take a nice big breath. Awesome, lift up, replace the ball underneath your heel, ball of your foot on the ground, and then lean in, put as much press on the heel as you can. Take a nice big breath. Awesome, lift up, take one more last little soft roll to the bottom of the foot, and then we're gonna just stretch the toes a little bit. So think about placing your big toe onto the ball, and then see if you can just get the other toes to kind of move off the ball. So you get a little stretch there. And then move on in. So we're gonna maybe find the second toe and the third toe, or maybe the middle 3 toes just depend on the variation of our feet. And then let the outer toes fall off. And then lift up, move on down the line. Try to get the 3rd toe and the 4th toe, maybe get the pinky toe to fall off. And then move down to those last 2 little toes. And then lift off. Awesome. And then leaving that ball on the ground, we're going to switch over to the other foot. So start with that little soft roll, just kind of tune in. Notice how that foot's feeling. Nice. And then when you're ready, heel on the ground, trap that ball underneath the ball toe mound of your foot, and then start to find that little swish side to side. Great. And then move it on in, finding the arch of the foot, heel on the ground, trap that ball, and swish side to side. Beautiful. When you're ready, lift off, ball of the foot on the ground, heel traps the ball, press on that ball, and then find that smaller swish side to side. Nice. And then when you're ready, we're going to come back to that long roll of the foot, but let your body weight move with you. So you're transferring your weight over the ball and then pulling it back. And then if that doesn't feel good, you're going to stick with that softer roll, keeping most of the weight on your standing leg. But if it feels comfortable to do so, move with that ball and just really mush through the bottom of your foot. Nice. One more mush through the bottom of the foot. And then we're going to trap that ball again underneath the ball mound of the foot, heel on the ground, lean and put as much press as you can, and then see if you can just soften the top of your foot. Take a nice big breath. Awesome. Lift off, move that foot, move the ball underneath the arch of your foot, lean in, put a little press as much as you can stand, soften the top of your foot. Awesome. Lift off and then heel on the ball, trap that ball, lean in, put as much press as you can stand. Cool. Lift off. Take a little soft roll just to kind of soothe all that out. And then we're going to take it into the toes. So big toe on the ball. See if you can get the other toes to fall off. Find that little toe stretch. Nice. And then lift off, maybe move it on down, finding the second or next 3 toes or 2 toes, just depending on the variation in your feet. Get that little stretch. And then move on, moving down the line. And lift off, and then take it down to the pinky toes and whatever other toes you can get to fall off the ball. Awesome. When you're ready, lift off, give one last soft roll to the bottom of the foot just to kind of soothe it all out. Nice. And then when you're ready, we're going to sit right down onto our butt. So come on down, take that ball with you. We're going to take a little external rotation. So we're going to place the ball on the ground. We're going to lift the top leg up and then find a little bit of a rock side to side. So you can hand hold your leg to help move the leg a little bit so that you don't have to work too hard in the hip, but we want to find a softness in the calf muscle, and we're just rolling through the side of the calf. Nice. One more little swish side to side here, and then lift off, swing your legs to the other side, find your zigzag seat, and then placing that ball underneath the side of the calf. Get it in that meaty portion first if you can, so that you can lift off, and then let your handhold help move that leg side to side. Nice. One more little swish side to side, and then lift off, move that ball out from underneath you. Extend your legs nice and long, and then take the ball underneath the right calf. Find that nice middly portion of the calf. So the thickest part of the calf, find the middle of it, set your leg onto it, bend your left knee just for a little added support, and then just for a second, let the tissue soften around the ball. So no need to move or effort, no need to do anything in particular. Just allow the weight of your leg to do all the work for you here, and take a nice big breath. Wonderful. And then once you feel like you're ready and you've got a little softness in that calf muscle, find a little point and flex of the foot. As much movement in the foot as feels good to you. So it might be a super small movement, or you might take a big flex of the foot and a big point of the toe, just depending on what you're feeling in your body. Beautiful. One more flex and point of the foot. And then we're going to lean back into our arms so we can press into that left leg to lift up. And then we're going to roll the length of the calf. So you're going to let that ball roll from underneath you. Left leg and arms are going to help support that movement. And then if you like, if you've got the maneuver down, then you can start to rotate the foot so that you're finding the outer edges of the calf as well as the middle of the calf. So you can turn the foot out and turn the foot in, whatever feels good to you there. Beautiful. One more good roll up and down there. And then set your butt down, lift up off that ball. Take a second to send both legs long. Close your eyes and notice how one leg feels a little different than the other. Wonderful. And then when you're ready, pick up your left calf, put that ball in place right under that nice thick middle of the thickest portion of your calf, and then step your right foot in. Now allow your leg to soften a little bit. Just let the muscle rest around the ball. Great. And then once you feel like you've got it, find a little point and flex of the foot. Beautiful. One more flex and point of the foot. And then foot in neutral, press into your leg, press into your arms, lift your butt up, and start to glide up and down the calf. And then once you feel like you've got a good maneuver, hands are happy, leg is working hard for you, then you can start to externally rotate and internally rotate the foot. So you work the outer edge of the calf and the inner edge as well. Nice. One more roll up and down. And then when you're ready, set your butt down, move that ball out from underneath you. We're going to stick with that bent right leg, and we're going to take the ball and do our little doorknob handle turn. So you're going to press it into that little meaty part right on the outside of the knee, and the other hand can be on the inside to just create a little bit of extra handhold or a little leverage. So you're pushing outward just so that you keep a nice stable base. And then we're just going to start to doorknob turn up and down the outer edge of the thigh. You can work down the IT band, come around the back side, anywhere that feels good, but we want to push in a little bit, twist and turn that ball. You might feel your clothes drag with you. And then if you're bare skinned, you might feel your skin drag with you. That's great. Gets all that connective tissue, the connective tissue between the skin and the adipose tissue, and the connective tissue between the muscle and the adipose tissue. So we want to really get that stuff moving. Take one more little doorknob turn up and down. And then just for a moment, place your ball down on the ground, grab hold of that thigh muscle, and then just give it a couple of good little twists and turn, moving it up and down the thigh. Nice. And then when you're ready, we're going to take that all to the other side. So right leg is going to extend long, left leg is going to come in, take that ball, and we're back to that doorknob turn. So the inner hand is just going to put a little press on so you keep the leg in place. And then you can put as much pressure with that ball as you like, twisting and turning up and down. Take one more good twist and turn up and down. And then when you're ready, set that ball down, grab hold of the thigh and take it and just twist the muscle on the bone. So we're just twisting up and down. allowing that muscle to be as loose as you can get it. Beautiful. Take one more twist up and down. Nice. And then extend your left leg long, back to that right leg. We're going to pick the right butt up and then place that ball underneath your bum. And then we're just going to start to draw some circles. So you're going to press into that right foot so that your foot and your leg are helping keep that maneuver. And that allows you to maintain as much pressure on as you like. So you can stay lightly lifted off the ball, or you can sink a little bit deeper. Totally up to you. Great. And then see if you can just find a center of your bum, someplace that you can let the ball settle in, and then set your weight down. Left foot's going to step in, right leg is going to extend long. So the leg that the ball is underneath, that's the leg that's going to reach out nice and long. Settle onto that ball, take a nice big breath. And then we're just going to internally, externally rotate the foot. So with the leg long, a little softness in your knee, turn the toes in and turn the toes out. Beautiful. One more little turn in and out. And then slide that leg in so you can lift up that ball, and we're going to take it to the other side. So we're going to place that ball underneath the left side. Any configuration with the legs that works for you, but we're just going to start to move in some circles, gliding all around. If you find any spots that are really fired up, stay off of them and then work alongside of them. So we're not sticking on any hot spots and aggravating anything that's already irritated. Great. And then see if you can find that middly portion of your bum, settle onto that ball, let your butt soften just a little bit, and then extending your left leg nice and long. So the leg that the ball is underneath, that's the leg we're shooting out nice and long. And then back to that internal, external rotation. So we're just turning the foot out and then turning the foot in. Awesome. One more little turn of the foot in and out, and then lift up and off, lift up and off that ball. And then we're going to scooch our way down so that we can roll down onto our back. We're going to take the ball with, placing it underneath the right shoulder blade. So in that inner muscle tissue, right around that chicken wing. So we want to find that nice little groove, lay down onto the ball, give yourself a second. Let your hips get settled in. Let your arms just find a nice happy place to be. Notice that ball underneath your back. Take a nice big breath. Great. And then if it feels good, we're going to make some snow angel arms, that right arm, just lifting up and down. And then if it feels good, we're going to take some nice big giant circles with that arm, circling in one direction. And then circling the other way. Beautiful. And then set that arm down. Option to move the ball manually. So you just lift your shoulder up and slide your hand in, or you're going to just lift your butt up, glide up that ball. It might be a little bit of a deep tissue massage there as you glide up, but move up about 2 inches. So we're getting up into the shoulder blade groove a little bit further. Once you found your way there, give a second, settle in, take a breath. And then once you feel like it's in a good position, back to that snow angel arm, reaching up and lowering down. Nice. And then take it into some nice big arm circles. Circle in one direction. And then circle the other way. Beautiful. Set your arm down. Once again, either manually move it up or just lift up your butt, glide up that ball. But now we want to get it up to the top portion of the shoulder. So nice up in that meaty part of the shoulder. Set your butt down, give a second, let your body settle in, take a breath. Wonderful. And then if all feels good, back to the snow angel arms, lifting up and lowering down. Great. And then if all of that feels good, big arm circle, circle in one direction. And then circle the other way. Beautiful. Set your arm down, pause just for a second, soften your shoulder, take a nice deep breath. And then when you're ready, you're just going to reach, grab that ball, and we're taking it to the other side. So we're going to lift up, place that ball underneath that left shoulder blade, get into that groove, that nice low part of the shoulder blade, set your butt down, settle in, let everything find its way, take a breath. And then if it feels good, snow angel arm, lifting up and lowering down. Awesome. And then if that feels good, big circles of the arm, circle in one direction. And then circle the other way. Beautiful. Hand down to the ground. Either move the ball manually or lift your butt up, glide up and over that ball, move up about 2 inches. Take a second to settle in, find your breath. And then if it feels good, back to snow angel arm, lifting up and lowering down. Awesome. And then take it into some circles if that feels good. And then circle the other way. Beautiful. One last time, we're going to move on up. So either pick up your butt and glide up that ball or move it with your hand. But now we're going to find that top meaty portion of the shoulder. So get it in a nice position where it's still trapped under that muscle tissue and you got plenty of room to move. Once you found your way there, take a second, take a breath. And then if it feels good, snow angel arm, lifting up and lowering down. Cool. And then if all of that feels good, some nice big circles in one direction. And then maybe take those nice big circles the other way. Great. And then set that arm down. Take one more breath here. Beautiful. And then we're going to move that ball out from underneath the shoulder. If you can, stay on your backside. We're going to lift the head up, place the ball underneath the right side of the head, and then just lay it down. Keep your hand on the ball. So you're going to just help hand hold so the ball stays in place. And then just draw some tiny circles in the air with your nose, circling in one direction. And then circle the other way. Great. And then when you're ready, lift up, replace the ball to the other side. Left hand's going to hold the ball in place. So we're over on the left side of that skull ridge. And then you're just going to draw some tiny circles in the air with your nose, go in one direction. And then draw some tiny circles, go the other way. Beautiful. When you're ready, lift your head up just for a moment, rest your head on the ground, take a nice deep breath. And then we're going to come up into a seated position. So for my yoga friends, Sukhasana, crisscross applesauce, just sit in a cross-legged position. If that feels like a good way to go, we want to have access to the head and to the neck. So if this seated position doesn't feel good to you, any other seat that feels good but allows you to have a little bit of access. And then once you feel like you've got your seat, you're going to take the ball, reach across the shoulder. So we're going to work that top of the shoulder, and your other hand is going to just put a little leverage on the elbow so you can put a little press on. So we're going to press into the palm, circle around the top of the shoulder. Awesome. And then we're going to take it over to the other side. So your hand's going to catch that elbow so you can leverage against your hand, put as much press on that shoulder as you like, and then just circle the ball around. Nice. One more little circle around, and then we're just going to take the ball gently, walk the ball across the front of the neck, and then walk it back the other way. So it's a really light finger touch, gently walking across, and then walking back the other way. Nice. Take one more time across. And then we're going to cup the ball gently in our hand, and you can lean onto your elbow, any bit that feels good here. So you're going to find the handhold that feels nice, but we're just going to sort of find a nice little cupping of the ball into the hand. And then you're just going to rock your head across the ball. So you're going to glide up and down the jawline, moving up towards the cheekbone. On this side, I've got my microphone, so I'm probably not going to work in that full range of motion. So you're just going to find a little bit of nice space that you can work in. And the ball is a little scratchy, so just maybe make it as light as possible so that it feels good. And then once you find that jawline again, stay there for a second. Draw a couple little circles in one direction and a couple little circles the other way. Cool. And then when you're ready, take it to the chin, a little tiny press, draw some circles in one direction, and then a couple of circles the other way. Nice. And then we're going to switch hands. So we're going to take that ball into the other hand, find that little cradle, and then elbow to the inner thigh, knee, wherever you like, or you can always keep it lifted up so you control how much pressure you're putting on. And then once you've found a good handhold, then you're just going to sort of glide your jawline across that ball, working in any direction that feels good. Nice. And then the next time you come up to the jawline, right around where the ear is, draw some little circles in one direction. And then draw some little circles, go the other way. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, lift off. And now we're just going to find that little third eye center. And whichever hand you prefer, that'll be totally up to you. So you're just going to find that little center of your eyebrow and then just a gentle circle in one direction. Being mindful because those tennis balls are a little scratchy. And then a gentle circle, go the other way. Nice. And then if it feels good, you're just going to roll all the way over one eyebrow. And then if it feels good, you're going to roll all the way over the other eyebrow. Great. And then when you're ready, set that ball down onto the ground. Just let your hands rest wherever is the most comfortable. Close your eyes. And then just for a moment, notice your face. Notice your jawline, your eyebrow line, your forehead. Take a nice deep breath. And then eyes closed or open, totally up to you, but drop your left ear over to your left shoulder. Just finding that nice stretch through the side of your neck. Pick your head up to center and then drop your ear over to the other side. Awesome. And then lift your head to center. And then one last little maneuver. So we're just going to draw little tiny 1-inch circles in the air with your nose. Go in one direction, keeping the neck muscles as soft as you can. Awesome. And then draw those little circles in the air with your nose going the other way. Nice. And then when you're ready, head comes back to center, eyes open. You guys are all rolled out. Nice work today.